What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today is the start of E3 week. So the actual physical event of E3 starts tomorrow and runs through Thursday, but today was the start of the week just because this is the day that all the major companies did their conferences. So we saw Microsoft's, EA's, Ubisoft's, and then also Sony's. So I just wanted to kind of recap Microsoft's conference. If you haven't seen it, it was live streamed in a few places, but I know a lot of you guys probably didn't see it. It was a little bit earlier in the morning, and we got some pretty cool information. So we didn't really get all that much information about the console itself. It was mostly about the games, which is a good thing. We were able to see a lot of cool games, but we did get a few things about the console. So let's start off with the biggest news. The Xbox One will be released in November 2013, starting at $500. So yes, there you have it. They didn't give us an actual release date, like the actual day, so that's unfortunate, but they did give us November, and they gave us a price point of $500, which obviously is a lot of money. And the PS4 is rumored to come out at $400, so although that is only $100, that's a pretty big deal. That's a lot of money for a lot of people, so we'll have to wait and see how that affects sales and things like that. But yeah, Xbox One, November 2013, $500. Now, in terms of other stuff about the console, like I said, they really didn't do much. It was mostly about the games. They did show off the game DVRing and editing and things like that, the built-in capture card, which is pretty cool. You can just kind of cut up clips and then add different themes to them. And I don't know, if you're planning on getting into YouTube, I wouldn't really count on that working very well. I think you're still going to need a good PC and editing programs and things like that. But if you just want to share a short video with your friends over Xbox Live, then it is pretty cool. Now, another huge thing that they added in is Twitch TV integration. So now all you have to do is say Xbox Broadcast, and it'll send whatever's on your screen over to Twitch TV live. So you can live stream without using a PC, which is very, very useful. And I myself will be taking major advantage of that, so you will see more live streams from me. So that's pretty cool. They also announced that there are going to be no more Microsoft points on Xbox, so that's definitely a good thing. You no longer have like 120 Microsoft points left that you can't really spend on anything. It's just going to be straight cash, whatever currency that you have in your area. So that's definitely a good thing. And then also finally, kind of the last thing that wasn't related to games about the Xbox One that they mentioned in this was the new Xbox 360. So there's a new Xbox 360 coming out. It's the same console. It's got a new look. It's going to be $200 for a 4GB model, or $300 for a 250GB model, or a 4GB model with Kinect included. So yeah, I don't know. I think most of you guys either have an Xbox 360 or a PS3 right now, so I don't really see how that affects many of us. But I don't know, say your Xbox happened to red ring, now you can get a new one for only $200. Told you over until November. So yeah, there's that. Now moving on to the kind of the second part of this video, that's going to be the bigger part. This is going to be all about the games that they showed at this Xbox Microsoft event. So anyway, they kicked it off. The first game they showed was Metal Gear Solid 5, and it looked absolutely amazing, as did all the other games. I mean, all the gameplay they showed looked absolutely top notch. We're going to be in for a treat later this year with these next-gen graphics. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, I've never played the Metal Gear Solid series, but it looked pretty good. It looked kind of like a Red Dead Redemption Far Cry mix. It was an open world game. They were on horses at the start of it, but yeah, it looked really cool. I'm really excited to see more from this game, and I'll probably pick it up later this year, early next year, whenever it comes out. Now, next up they showed Max, the Curse of Brotherhood, and I wasn't really all that impressed by this game. It looked a little bit younger, more for the younger demographic, but at the same time, it was like a side-scrolling game, like an old Mario. Really kind of reminded me of Limbo. If you guys played that came out recently, and I don't know, it didn't really seem to harness the power of the new consoles. It didn't really seem to show it off that much, but who knows? It could be a great game. So anyway, next up, the third game that they showed was Rise, Son of Rome, and this game actually looks very, very interesting. It takes place in Roman times, and you're an old Roman general who does battle with his enemies in the most violent and graphic ways possible. So this looks like a lot of fun. I mean, it's in Roman times. You're running around with swords and shields and horses and knights and catapults and just crazy stuff. So that should be pretty cool. Next up, they showed Sunset Overdrive, which was a cartoony-like shooter, and it seemed to have a little bit of parkour mixed in as well. It looks like maybe Gotham City Imposters mixed with Mirror's Edge, which honestly sounds very, very cool. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. Next up, they showed Forza, which they kind of hyped up a lot by bringing out a new McLaren P1, the newest supercar on the market, which was pretty cool. They had it on stage, and then they showed off some gameplay, which looked absolutely astonishing, as do all racing games when they first come out. They always look so good. You can see like the little specks in the carbon fiber and things like that, and the stitching on the steering wheels. But anyway, apart from the really good gameplay and awesome cars, one thing that really stood out to me was one of the features that they mentioned, and what it was that the game remembers your driving style and uses it when you're away, like if you simulate something. So you can earn points with how your simulated self, your virtual self, is doing. You know, when your virtual self does well, you earn points for your game, which is just, that's something crazy to think about. I mean, you're earning cool things in the game even when you're not playing, which is a pretty cool feature, and I see that as, you know, one of the cool things and new features to come in the future of gaming. So yeah, that was Forza. Now, next up, they announced that Minecraft was going to be coming to the Xbox One, which is no surprise. You know, I'm pretty sure we all knew that was coming. Then they showed Quantum Break, which is, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting game. I don't know what to think about it, but they said that it's a TV show and a game that influence each other. So we'll have to wait and see how they, you know, do that. That sounds pretty cool. Next up, they showed Deadrising 3, which is a zombies game. It looks very good. That's another series that I've never gotten into. I've never played, but I'm definitely going to be picking up on this next Xbox. Next up, they announced The Witcher and showed some gameplay from that, you know, The Witcher 3, which obviously looked very good. Then they showed Battlefield 4, which is one of the most anticipated games of this year for me. You know, I'm really looking forward to Call of Duty Ghosts, but at the same time, Battlefield 4 is going to be amazing. Can't wait to play that game as well. It looked very good, you know, super high quality graphics. And then they also had a stealthy Halo reveal, which they didn't really say, like, oh, Halo 5 is coming out or anything like that. It was just kind of a bland Master Chief in a robe walking through a desert, and a big, you know, robot thing comes up out of the ground. So we'll have to wait and see what that means. And then finally, they ended it all with Titanfall, which I actually put this gameplay up on my channel, so click the annotation on screen if you haven't seen it yet. But Titanfall is a new game by Respawn Entertainment, the old founders of Infinity Ward. So I'm really looking forward to this game as well. But anyway, there you guys have it. Those are all the major things that happened at this year's Xbox conference. Hope you all enjoyed. Check out one of the other two videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet. Thanks for watching. Peace out.